Hello and welcome to Tech. I'm Ahmad Adnan, and in this video we are going to discuss about the most awaited feature in ideas.powerbi.com, which is the beautiful Sparklines. Yeah, it is really beautiful to look into a table or matrix visual. So how we can do this? We'll talk about this in this video. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. Now let's get started. If you look at on the screen here, let me zoom this one. So this is a Sparklines, right? So this is a total product and these accessories and this is the Sparklines here. So to begin with, I'm just adding a matrix table here. In this matrix table, I have only these two one. One is the sales territory and the columns is product and then the sales amount. Sales amount is just the sum of sales amount. So it is showing the result here as the territory on the rows, product on the column, product category on the columns, and the sales amount as value here. Now, if you want to enable that, so you need to go to, first of all, you need to go file and then options and settings and then options. It will open up a new window and here you need to click on preview feature and you need to click on Sparklines because this is still in preview. Maybe a lot of changes is going to come in future, so they have kept in preview as of now. So after enabling this, you need to add your matrix visual or a table. Here I am taken as a matrix visual, and then if you right click this here on the value section for your measure, then you will get an option here, add a sparkline. And also if you go to format pane here, there, let's go down here. If you expand this conditional formatting, there is no option here. But as of now, the only option here you have is right click here and then add a sparkline here. It will open up this again a new window in which the y axis is, this is the one which is the sales amount, and the x axis. So basically this is also a kind of chart itself, right? Which is goes inside a line. I mean inside a cell of a table or matrix. So the summarization not required because we already used the measure here. For an example, if I have added a column here, sales amount, this is the sales amount from fact internet sales. If I click on this column, then I have this option whether I need to select the sum, average, minimum, maximum, distinct count, standard deviation, variance and median. So as I have this measure itself here, the option is disabled for now. And the x-axis, how you want to move this sales amount. So here I'm going to select from the dim date the number of year. So I want to show the trend based on the number of year. If I click on create, then it will add a beautiful line here which shows up here on the top of your screen. So North America, this is a 2, and for the accessories and for the bikes it's showing up here. For clothing it shows up here, right? As simple as that. And now if you notice here, you have got another value option here which is the sum of sales amount measure table, sales amount by dim date calendar year. If I go back to again to format pane, now I have this option Sparklines. Here I have multiple options so that we can customize based on our needs. So now before going into that, I am going to add a table here. Let's delete everything from here just to avoid confusion. Okay, here we have the product and the sales amount, right? So here also I'm going to, this is actually a table, not a matrix visual. I'm going to right click on the product sales amount and then add a sparkline. If I click on add in the product table, then I'm not going to get that because it has to be a value field. So right clicking here on the sales amount and then add sparklines. The same thing again here, I'm going to use the dim date year itself, calendar year. So I want to know about which is the calendar year here and create. Now it has added these beautiful lines here. Let me just zoom the font size so that we can see directly without zooming it. And here I'm going to change this to 20 and values to be 20. All right, so this is done. Now let's go to format pen and then click on Sparklines. So let me zoom this one. Actually, I need to do that. So okay, so here in the Sparklines, as we have only one Sparklines, so we can select if you have multiple Sparklines here. So if I go back here again and right click the sales amount, and I have the option again here, add a Sparkline. So click here, it is open up a window here. Now this time, instead of by date, what we can do is we can also use some other things. Like for an example, if I use it the sales territory, right, which is what we have seen in the matrix. So dim sales territory, and I'm going to use the sales territory group here. Let's see how it reacts. So if create here, then it adds me another column here, which it gives the almost the same information here. It's not look like almost the same. It's actually the three sales territory which we have here: North America, Pacific, and Europe. Right. So if I just mouse over here, sales amount by sales territory group range between these to this value. This is actually a quick insight which it shows here, but it doesn't give us information about what are the sales territory which it is showing up here. So in order to understand better, just to guess better, so what we can do, we can just add a dummy table here and then add the sales territory group here. The default behavior it shows here is Europe, North America, and Pacific, which is an alphanumeric. I believe this is also going in the same way itself, alphanumeric. So the best way is we can use it on the number as an x-axis so that we can easily understand these are the periods which will show up here. I'm going to cancel this one. So before to that, let's go to format pan and have a look in the Sparklines. Here I have two Sparklines. You can select any of those from the drop down. Okay, that is cleared. I'm canceling this and then resizing again here. Okay, this is good. All right, so in the format pane, what we have options here is Sparklines, and we can select the values from here. And the chart type, by default it is a line, and if you want it to be a column, you can click on columns here. So it can show up in these kind of values here. For me, this looks column is the best option. I mean the line is the best option. We don't have any other options, like we can just change the colors here of the column bar. But for the lines, we have different options here, and here we can change the data color, and also we have options to increase the width of the stroke here, which is the line here. That's good. And this is what I like the most. So it shows marker on every point, which you can show it on every point here. So first of all, let's go and change the marker here. So I'm going to click on this one just for an example and increase this to this is a maximum size we can do, which is a 5 here. And also we have option here for marker shapes, which is a different shapes which is available. As we have in the regular chart, we can do it as we want. Okay, this is cool. Now the main option, right, which is show markers on. So if I want to show a markers on what are the areas, every point which is shows up here, or this one isolated, if it is a different one, then it has to show. So if I click on highest, then it will show only on the highest point of each and every row, and this is for the lowest point, which is on 2014. And if I click on this one first, and also we have an option to select multiples, right? I'm selecting first and last here, so it can just show us first and last here. And if there is a negative impact, then negative value, then we can also click on here. So as there is no negative value here, so it is not showing up here. For now, I'm going to select here at every point. This is good. Now if I just mouse over here, sales amount calendar year range between this and this. It shows here. If you have multiple years, I mean multiple x-axis, then it shows as this kind of value. If I click on here, 15085, and everything is showing up the same value here. Now if I click on here, this gives an interesting insight. Sales amount by calendar year trended down, resulting in 91.79% decreased. That's really cool, right? It just gives a short, quick insight about the trend which we have. But if you have more than two, then it is not showing up the quick insight. Maybe as it is still in preview, so they are still developing on. So let's see how this goes in the future updates. The same thing you can apply to the matrix also. I just show you on the table here. This looks cool, right? If you like this video, just click on the big thumbs up button. If you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. But make sure you turn on the notification on your devices. Share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have any queries and feedback, just post it on the comment section below. If you are not yet a member of our channel, please hit the join button and be a member of our channel just to promote and support our channel. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. See you in the next video.